Just recently I had a post on my Facebook wall from someone else, and there was a question: would you forgive person who hurt you? And then when I read that question, I started to think, hurt. What is hurt? How did they hurt you? There are many different ways how people can hurt you, and for different people it means in a different ways. So I will not gonna talk about physical hurt when somebody is physically abusing someone else. I think in that case, I know that person was more referring to the, like, that person literally just recently split up with his partner, and therefore was the question, and everyone was just shouting out loud, no, not on a whole wild world, I will not gonna forgive them. And it made me think, that's pretty sad. I mean, like, we just shout out like straight away, no, I will not gonna forgive anyone. And the question is, why wouldn't you forgive them? What did they do so bad that you would not ever forgive them? See, forgiveness is one thing, what is really hard thing. And it's hard not because it's something undoable. You can forgive someone, but the hardest part is to understand that quite often it's not so much hurt feelings, it's your ego what is hurt, because they didn't choose you. They decided that how you think you are not good enough for them, and it's so it starts in you. Why do you think that you are not good enough for them? Maybe they feel that they are not good enough for you, or maybe it goes both ways. So if you choose someone who thinks that you are not good enough for them, then maybe you made them think that way, that you are not good enough. Maybe you just give this feeling that you are not good enough for yourself, that you don't see the value in yourself. So it's kind of really tricky thing with this forgiveness. See, forgiveness starts within you only whenever you have healed and whenever you have worked on yourself, because you don't need that forgiveness. Like, they don't need your forgiveness. Even if they would come back, they would say, oh, I did you wrong and blah 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 and things like that, but they probably just realized that maybe grass wasn't greener somewhere else, or maybe after the breakup they realized how much they miss you, and they have like they have this stage of missing good times. So I know forgiveness is tricky part, because if you haven't healed the issue, what caused that breakup or something, you will not be able to restore what you had. So there is a saying, to hate someone is to drink a poison and hope that the other person will gonna die from it. Forgiveness is more for yourself. It's not so much for the other person. Even if that other person never ever comes back and never even says I'm sorry or whatever else, you don't need that. You have to forgive in yourself. Because if you will gonna stay bitter and you will gonna hold this grudge against that person, it will gonna only hurt you all the time. They will not gonna feel anything of it. Sorry, my hair is so messy. Yeah, and forgiving someone, you have to understand why even it went that far that you have to forgive someone something. Okay, let's say it's a physical abuse. That's different case scenario. It's like then you need like seek for professional help, and that's totally different story. I can't relate on those things because that's way too harsh thing. So you just need to find specialists who can deal with things like that if you get out of relationships where are like physical abuse. But like if someone hurts you, what can be hurt? For example, it can be you are in relationships and quite often they are just like putting out a bad mood on you, like shouting at you for no reason and saying bad stuff to you, and you get hurt by that, and it's like dripping thing. It's like one time, another time, another time, and then you just, if you decide to finish it, you have to understand why did you even let that person to do that so many times. Did you ever spoke about it, why that person is doing that? If not, then you will not gonna know reasons why they actually hurt you non-stop like that. If it's like, or hurt, I think mostly people are referring to hurt when it's like, when it's a breakup. That's like a big hurt. But then again, maybe with breaking up with you, it actually was something good what happened to you. It could have been worse. It could have been. And the thing is, people, yeah, maybe they come back and say, I'm sorry, you know, I'm sorry that I hurt you and things like that. But then are they really sorry? Or are they just coming back just because it's much easier to do so? And that's why people always shout, oh no, I will not gonna go back with that person, they hurt me so bad. But then if you carry on saying, I would not forgive them after already long time, like you broke up maybe already months and months ago or years ago, and you still are saying, I will never forgive them, how do you expect your life to go on if you keep something so negative and so low vibrational inside of you? How? Because when you have all these negative emotions and negative feelings inside, at some point, if you were gonna meet someone else and you will try to build something new, it will still gonna keep inside you, because you know what you will gonna start to do? You will start to compare. For example, if the next person is much better than previous one, how you will gonna refer, you will at some point start to point that out. Oh, you are so much better than my previous one. Why are you then still thinking about the previous one? When you start too much comparing, it means that there is like a deep issue what haven't healed in yourself, and you shouldn't start even new relationships. You can't just start something with bitterness inside of you. That quite often leads to other issues in your new relationships. I know somebody will say, how you can say something if you don't have your own relationships. I don't have, simply because, like I said, that's my choice. I want to heal myself properly, and when I will be sure that I have done it, then that's when I will be able to open up to someone new. And I have been in relationships, so I know how it happens when you are still bitter to someone else and you get in a new relationship and you haven't done it, because that's just like a little loop. You have to forgive someone. It doesn't matter. It can be even related to your parents, and quite often we are in a bad relationships with our parents because we think, oh yeah, they did me wrong with this or that, I can't forgive them. How am I supposed to forgive them? They were supposed to love me and everything else. Yeah, they were supposed to love you. In ideal world, we don't live in ideal world. The thing is, we all are just humans, broken humans, and quite possible parents are the same as we are. They are broken. They haven't healed something in themselves, so they put it out on you. If someone says, yeah, but they said bad things about me, they treated me bad, yeah, but that's them. You have to understand, why did they do that, what's broken in them, and then think from, not like from their perception. You have to understand that they are just so hurt inside of them that they just can't treat anyone better, even if you are their child. They just used to live in that bitter and low vibrational idea of everyone and whole wild world, that they are projecting that on you, what is actually nothing to do with you. If they lie about you or spread gossips about you, it's nothing to do with you. It's their perception actually of themselves. That's what they do, not you. You have to understand that, and it applies to everyone in this world. If someone starts to say things what you know for sure you haven't done, it's their perception of you, not you. It's not you. It's just their perception of you, and actually perception of themselves. That's what they do. That's what they used to do. That's what they used to see around them. And you have to find the strength inside of you to forgive them for just being broken human. It's hard. It is really hard to forgive someone, because it feels like unfair that they treated you the way how you shouldn't be treated. But then again, if you would love yourself enough, and if you would understand yourself enough, that wouldn't affect you. You wouldn't be bothered about the fact what they talk about you behind your back or in front of you or something else. You would understand that it's nothing to do with you. But it's only if you definitely know that you've never done something what they are accusing you of. And it's always, see, people, when they have issues like that, they always want to blame everyone else. Everyone else is bad, everyone else is this, everyone else is that. But you have to understand that you have to start with yourself. You have to understand why they actually said that. Have you done something that they have a reason to think that you are like that? Have you? If you can 100% hands up and say, no, never ever have I done it, then just forgive them for just being silly, stupid, broken, or whatever else. Why do you still hold a grudge about it then? Usually people hold the grudges against someone else when they are guilty of something. Maybe not exactly in that situation, but they are guilty maybe of something at some point somewhere else, and they know that they probably have this thing in them, or they have done at some point something like that, and they just feel guilty. And that's why it is so hard to forgive someone who said or did something like that towards you. It's hard to drink your own poison, which you did towards someone else. And that's why it is so hard to forgive other people for doing that to you. But if you were gonna start to think and understand the reasons behind all that, maybe then you will gonna see that you are not an angel, that you have done something maybe to give an idea that you could be that way, and that's why someone hurt you with your own juice. Have I forgive everyone who done me wrong in my life? I think I have. Forgiveness starts on a moment when you can talk with that person and not point out what happened in the past, because you are over it. But if you still feel that urge to talk about it, you obviously haven't cleared out something in your own energy field regarding the issue. And if you will look deeper, quite possible you just can't forgive yourself about something. And when you will gonna forgive yourself, then you probably will realize that you can forgive the other person for doing you wrong. And I mean not just in words, oh yeah, I forgive them. I mean actually forgive them and let it go. Because holding on those grudges will gonna make your life hard and no one else's. Not forgiving someone, it will gonna bother you and not them. They will not care. They don't ask for your forgiveness. If they ask, different case scenario, yeah, maybe then you even can feel more satisfied. Your ego will be satisfied that they actually ask for forgiveness. But it's all about your ego who can't forgive. But you have to be open and you have to love no matter what. Otherwise you will gonna keep on living in this low vibrational frequency, and that will just carry on ruining your life, and you will gonna carry on receiving karmic lessons one after another, and quite possible those karmic lessons will be regarding forgiveness. So make sure you heal issues in yourself so you can forgive yourself on the first place and forgive everyone else who did you wrong, no matter what they did. So think about it, as always. Always think.